Right, as you remember, you arrived back in Su Tido with. Sorry, it's just said just trying to beat the time. Anyway, you arrived back in Su Tido with Imagawa and 3 priests in tow. You spent the night recuperating, and in the morning you'd got half your power back. Okay. They went off to deal with the Daibakimono and his men, and you stayed behind to help your 3 fellow priests deal with the
massive number of funerals.
The mountain pile of bodies. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So you did that for the day, and when they came back, they brought back Ashikata on his shield, okay, because he was dead.
Oh dear.
And they also brought back another 19 bodies to be dealt with, which puts the total up to something like 70. So you four priests have got your work cut out doing the funeral rites, because each one takes an hour, and there's a lot of them.
Can you hear me now, Tim?
Right.
Hi, Nick. Yes, we do.
Good. Okay, I've won. Technology lost. I win.
Okay. So, what is my religious power currently? 2?
What is it normally? What if it was at full?
Well, my normal power available is 46. So if I cut that to kind of and say there's only 23 available, then my religious power would be 2.
No, it'd be 3.
Be 3. Okay. So hang
With
on. Why
see,
is
with
my
46
religious
power,
4?
with 46 power, you've got a religious power of 5 because it rounds up. Anyway, okay, so you're busy doing that. The following day, which is today, which is the 4th of Yayoi, okay, they went off to deal with the Shuten Doji Uroboke, which is where we will start, because you don't know quite what's happened yet. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Ite, you are entering the village of Su Tido, looking for somewhere to have a quick kick because you're not feeling too well. When you come across signs of a fight, which is on the map that you can see.
Right. Dimly it's finished. It's not been going.
Well, you're not entirely sure. You heard sounds of fighting, and it appears to have stopped temporarily. You can see 4 figures on their feet, 2 lying on the ground in front of the one of the buildings, and most of the fighting seems to have come from inside the middle building. Exactly what it's all about, you don't know. So
I'll just watch for now.
okay.
Nick. Sorry, Tim, quick question. Morikawa's got big X through him and a skull and crossbones. Did he die in the last session?
You don't know.
Oh, I remember him getting... They both got knocked out. They were both...
The point is, you don't know what's happened to those two, because at the moment, you're just about to turn around.
Yeah.
As you turn around to look about what's going on, because the fight has stopped, and the man you were fighting has just dropped dead for no readily apparent reason. You see this scruffy-looking, peasant who appears to be hovering around in the corner of the plot. But you also notice that Jotaro and Morikawa are lying on the floor, not doing a great deal.
Are they bleeding?
Well, he can't tell.
Aha, right, fine.
So you're not actually there, so
No.
It's a good question, but he can't tell at the moment.
Nah, they were knocked out by some poison gas or something, I think.
Well, basically, again, you're not sure. At the moment, they're just lying on the ground, not doing a great deal.
I'm not going to be much help to them. I don't have any medical skills at all, or any magic that heals. I'm just going to stay out the way.
He turns around and runs over in that general direction. she gets to where I've put her, then she sees this peasant standing in the corner. Briefly, looks like they're going to say something, but then continues on to the two men on the ground.
Well, I've come out here to watch where what Hatsu's doing, because I spotted them looking not so great on the ground. So I'm going to see this stranger. So I'll get a look at him now.
He's just wearing peasant garb. Not particularly great peasant garb. It's seen better days. It doesn't appear to have much on him apart from a small sack, and he's got a bow on his back.
A bow. Okay.
B-O-W or B-O?
Oh, yeah.
B-O-W.
Good question, actually, yeah.
Thank you for
Thank you.
about such things.
Okay.
Just seems to be watching what's going on.
I'll give him a weary but small smile.
Okay, it nods. No direction.
I'll nod back, slightly lower.
Sorry, Ite notices two Ashigaru come out of the two buildings opposite him. And they look at you. They're tense, but they've not done anything as of yet.
Yeah, right. Got my hands up, not armed. Because I'm obviously not armed. I don't have any weapons.
Nothing up your sleeve either.
No,
right.
Not even up my sleeve.
Tim, can I ask a quick question? Is religious power rounded down or up? Is your permanent power over 10 normally, but...
you round up.
Round up. In that case, 1 second while I change all the spreadsheets.
I have a question also.
Go on then.
Do I get to level up? Because I've got 10.3 Shugendo and over 10 on.
Actually, yes, you do.
Yeah. So what do I need to change?
Roll
Level.
your D3.
I roll a D3 for hit
Roll
points first. Okay. I'll just use a D6 and halves. A3.
Okay, so that goes in the cell where it's supposed to, which is...
So my hit points.
In the top right somewhere.
No, there's a column.
Yeah, it's in the top right. Oliver.
Yeah, the rolls.
Level.
Yeah, so I put the 3 in there. Nice. And that will that automatically update my hit points? Okay. And a roll for power next.
And you roll a D10.
Yeah.
I'll put that in the power.
Come on. Nice. Nice couple of rolls there for me.
Right. In the power box above it, where it says first level, what does it say?
1d10.
No, you should be numbers in power boxes for level 1 and 2.
Alright, what did I roll for level 1? 9.
Okay, how much power did you have at first level?
Power. Where's power?
Hang on a second.
35.
If you're talking about the number going up, change your level to 2.
I've done that. Oh no, I haven't
No, you
done
haven't.
that. Okay. Done that now.
There you go.
And my power availers went up.
It looks as your level and then counts the number of cells that have got power in. Okay? So that means if your level goes down due to on, you reduce your level, you leave the numbers in those cells, and it automatically reduces your power, etc.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no. What I'm looking for, Dave, is does it add your level bonus to your power roll?
Yeah, it did do.
That's included. Your power available includes your level bonus.
Okay, that's fine. In which case, he doesn't have to put 12 in the box. That's all I was wanting to check.
Right. No. You put the number you rolled in there.
Excellent.
19 on 2d10. You got some good rolls there.
Yep. And 6 on 2d3 from a level, from hit points.
Yes, well, you need those.
Oh, this is a beefy Shugenja.
I put my 5 karma that I got from the last character, I put them on strength, so that's why he's called Iron Fist. He is a beefy Shugenja.
Fair enough. Anyway, back to the game. Arimata shouts out, Nakamura! Okay. And shortly after that, this Ronin comes out of the building and says, yes, we have a visitor. She turns around and looks at you, Ite, and goes, who are you? As she walks to.
My name is Ite. I just happened to be passing through. I was interested what's going on.
You just happen to be passing through.
I know. Yes, strange to go into the...
She looks over at Tetsu. Check to see that he's not some sort of spirit, will you please?
Yep. So that is
I'm going to show you
down here.
Well, you would say that, wouldn't you, if you were a
I
spirit?
guess I would say that, if I was a spirit, yes.
And what's it? Astral senses I'm use, isn't it? No, magic detection. And I've got BCS of 11.
No, you want
No?
astral. You want astral senses.
I want astral senses.
senses.
Right, it's okay. It's also 11 BCS. So come on. Oh, come on. Oh, the kami of the dice are with me today, boys.
I'm sorry, we're not allowing you to roll any more dice. Okay? From now on, you just fail. You go astral, and well, there's nothing spiritual about him at all, you know, in terms of spirit rank or spirit creature. He is what he appears to be, which is some sort of scruffy,
Normal
travel-stained,
human.
peasant.
Yeah. Scruffy, travel-stained, normal human. Okay, so I'll come out of Astral Sense and I'll just give... who was it that commanded me to do it, sorry?
Nakamura.
Nakamura, I will just give them a nod to say that I've done it, and then like a shake of a head to say no, they're not any kind of spirit or anything. I mean, I don't have to just nod. We're within speaking range. I'll say it. Yeah, I don't have to do it. I'm not doing it from across the room or something.
Well, you better come forward.
Listen. Walk forward. Bow.
She nods back. She didn't really bow. Do you normally travel in such disarray?
I'm afraid I do.
He's wearing
I do a lot of
camouflage.
travelling, see, so I do a lot of travelling, so there's no point in wearing any, my best clothes for the travelling.
I see. You have better clothes, though.
Do indeed.
Right. Well, I suggest you go to the inn and put them on.
Yes, sir. May I know your name?
You can call me Nakamura.
Okay, Nakamura-san, I will do so.
Arimata. Yes, Sensei. Accompany this man to the inn to see that he gets there. Hey. The woman who's called Arimata follows you. She's making it quite plain. She catches up with you. You were lucky there, yeah?
What's that?
Well, my sensei doesn't like sullivanly dressed people, but she's just killed a shooting doji, so she's in a good mood.
Yeah, well, I can't help my appearance. I do tend to end up quite a lot of time traveling.
Yes. Anyway, so Ite and Arimata disappear off to one of the inns so he can get a room and get washed up.
Mm-hmm.
Hatsu says, well, these two have been poisoned and there's not much I can do about it. Right, Jotaro comes around and recovers from his poison, seemingly unhurt.
Oh, good. What about Morikawa?
Morikawa doesn't die, but he looks like he could do at any moment.
I'll ask. I'm gonna go over towards Hatsu and ask if there's anything I can do to help her. Like if she needs a bandage holding while she put, or I don't know what she's doing. She won't be bandaging, but.
Well, no. The point is, these people have been poisoned by either inhaling it or ingesting it. She says, "There's not much I can do for that. Hopefully, they just don't die." When he comes around, Jotaro says, "Oh, that was horrible. That was. God." And how did I get here? He looks over at Morikawa. That's probably why. Ooh, it's not looking well. Is there anything you Shugenja can do for it?
Not me. I don't have anything that deals with poison damage, do I? My spells. No.
No, you'd have to be a soil mage for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Hatsu could, but she doesn't know the right spell.
I'm afraid not me.
Right, Imagawa and Shaker come out. What? What's wrong with them? They've been poisoned, son. Poisoned? How? I don't know. They were messing about with. Well, sorry, they were opening the doors to this building. Well, let's go and find out then. Seika says, if I were you, Imagawa-san, I'd wait a few minutes. Why? Well, it would appear that the gas was air in the air. Oh, all right. You wait a bit, the gas clears, Morikawa comes round and he's not looking well at all. I haven't felt this unwell since I was about 8, he says. And to your eyes, a good breeze would blow him away at the moment. He can explain that Jotaro opened the door on the right and started to cough, and that. So he went to help him, and he caught a whiff of this pungent, something or other. It affected him. It appears to have affected him much worse than it did Jotaro. At one point, he thought he was actually going to die, but he's managed to throw it all off. Says Nakamura. Well, let's search the other buildings and we'll come back to this one then. Okay. Between you search the buildings and you find the following. Hopefully you can see the note that's on the map now.
A note on the map. Oh yeah. This thing here.
No.
Oh, this thing.
Ah, just popped up. Loot from
No, I
Su
thought
Tido.
I'd shared it, but just gets confused.
Okay, that's quite a list.
Let it be. Let it be.
Loot from the shooting doji and helpers. 2 kama. Remind me the kama, what that is? It's a weapon, isn't it?
It's the agricultural sickle.
Sickle. A few. What's that? A weapon?
No,
that's a musical instrument. Yes.
2 times armor class 4 Ashigaru armor. 2 yari, that's spears. 2 wakizashi, that's short swords. Correct me if I'm wrong. Gems. 2 times.
No, you're right, so.
2 times precious. 2 times semi-precious. Intensity 6 and 5. 4 times precious. Artworks. A small table. A scroll painting of Mount Fuji. Book of children's stories. £120 worth of goods. Weapons. A shuriken. Daisho from the Sagara clan. What's a daisho again?
That's the combination of the katana and the wakizashi.
Oh yeah, okay. So a pair of them.
The daito
That's the pair.
and the shoto. Yes.
Yeah,
The
okay.
daisho.
3 MR2 willow leaf arrows. A tessin. What's a tessin?
It's a fan.
War fan.
War fan, okay. Katana from the Uitaki clan. Aiguchu. What's a Aiguchu?
Aiguchi is a dagger.
Aiguchi is a bit like a stiletto. It's a long, thin-bladed dagger, as opposed to a tanto, which is a more normal sort of knife.
Which has got a blade rather than just a point. And a naginata is the sword spear.
Yep.
Yes.
A pair of lenses in a bamboo frame, in a lacquered box inlaid with 7 garnets. That's quite a lot of stuff.
The aiguchi is normally used as a concealed weapon, often carried by ladies.
Mm-hmm.
It slips very easily into the sleeves of a kimono.
Is that something very similar to a war fan because it folds down?
The tessin is the war fan. So it's got metal hooks.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. That Aiguchi is popular with women's weapons. Would the war fan be similar? Because like the geisha.
Not really, no.
No.
War fan is normally used by posers.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool though.
Well, that's one way wrong. Anyway, while the guys are looking at Ite, as he travels through the village to the inn, will notice that there's quite a large number of smoking pyres and 4 priests of the Buddhist variety busy intoning prayers for the dead.
In a large heap in the waiting area.
Not even a retro battle here.
Yes, says Arimata. Shall we say this village has more than its fair share of problems?
I take it's all finished now, is it? You killed the enemy.
Well, as far as I know, it's all killed. Yes. We've captured a Daibaki Mono who's in the jail. Well, that's where it should be anyway. We've managed to kill the shooting doji who was organising it all. But unfortunately, the local samurai, a man by the name of Toshiaki, died in it. So we're not out of the woods yet. So you may not wish to associate with us just yet, sir. She says.
Hang around for a bit. That's quite interesting. Like, has opportunities.
Yes.
What's an MR2?
Man rating 2.
Oh, man rating 2. Okay. So only work with a man rating 2 bow?
No, they'll work with any bow, but they have penalties if you don't use them with the right man rating.
Okay, fine.
Right, you arrive at one of the inns and you go in, and then she said, "Right, I'll see you about," and then she wanders off again.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a bath. Smarten myself up.
Okay, that'll be 1 copper, sir.
Okay.
Do you want your clothes clean?
Yes, please.
That's another copper. See, this is how inns make their money, you see. Right?
Yeah.
Now,
and then you want a
would you
meal.
like fresh water, or will you make do with the water that's in there?
I'll make do.
Oh.
Alright, can we just be another coffee?
Oh yeah, you're catching on well. You're catching on well. Okay, you search, you get all this stuff, and then after about half an hour, it's deemed sensible to go into the other building. And what is in the other building shocks the living daylights out of you.
Please, no more bodies.
We're already dealing with like 60 bodies. Oh, make it 70. No, make that 80. What's that? Another 6, 9, 12, 13, 14 bodies. 3 of them are dogs by the look of things.
In this butcher's warehouse, okay. There is a long trestle table down the right-hand wall, which I'm not put in. And in the alcoves are a number of semi-decomposed corpses of men, women, and dogs. They have on them, all of them have them, some strange-looking magical runes, which don't appear to be doing anything.
Like written on them, scratched into them, like.
Well, actually, they're painted on them in some sort of dark brown liquid.
Okay.
Or sort of brown, crusty liquid.
Lovely.
You have all seen enough of your fair share of dead bodies to be shocked, but not overly shocked by this.
I've not. I've only just joined this group. I'm not used to seeing all this death. I've just landed in it, and now all of a sudden 90% of the people I meet are dead.
In that case, feel free to go outside and throw up if you wish.
I might a little bit. Let me make a. What is it? What's the save for it? If you're going to roll something, it would be.
If you don't want to throw up, it's a willpower saving throw.
A willpower, right? Okay, I'll take that. Let's see. Does he throw up?
It's a health saving throw to
wrong
avoid
dice.
feeling
Sorry.
you to throw up.
Wrong
willpower to actually stop yourself.
No, I think I throw up. Yeah, I throw up. Yeah, base saving throws 10. I throw up. I'm not used to all this death. This is brand new to me.
You're not the only one. Hatsu goes out and throws up as well.
I don't blame her.
Is the door hermetically sealed? Because something's got to keep the smell in there.
Well, it might be, but nobody's investigated that yet.
I'm not going to investigate these bodies any further. I mean, that's someone else's job, hopefully. That's disgusting. Yeah. Dogs as well, man. Nice to see you spared the children, Tim.
There's 4 priests to do that. Oh dear.
Okay. Nakamura sends Jotaro to go and get a priest. Okay. You're. It's about midday, say something like that, and you're taking a rest from all this Sagaki writing because it's tiring. When this
Question.
young
Do I need
Badoka runs up to you.
Do I need to spend 1 point of power per Sagaki right? Normally, you only use power if you're kind of trying to dismiss a ghost or something, but it would make sense that you actually have to spend power to do the right.
You're not spending power to do the right, but you can roll a D100.
Okie doke. 56.
So far, you've not actually had to put any ghosts to rest. Neither of your men, well, your colleagues, should I say.
Thank you. Looking at them, presumably they are more competent than me.
One of them is for definite. The other two are probably about the same level of you.
Okay. Well, in that case, the one who's more competent, I will ask him to kind of tell us, which order to do things, and effectively he's in charge of all the work.
Indeed. As I say, this young lad turns up. You recognise him as Jotaro. Nakamura-sama wishes at least one of you to come with me, please.
I look at the senior priest, and if he says nothing, I shall bow politely and ask, to what purpose, Jotaro-san?
She wishes you to investigate something.
I look at the senior priest and ask if I can be spared temporarily.
Yes, you can. Yeah, we're well on top of it.
Very good. I shall return with Jotaro. Question: what shape are my clothes? After all these Sagaki rites this morning, presumably I kind of tidy myself up so I don't upset the spirits.
Don't stink too bad. Stink of dead body.
Right. I return with Jotaro-san.
You return to part of the Etta village and to these three houses, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you notice that there are some Etta emptying bodies out of two of the houses, okay?
I put my head in my hands and ask Jotaro-san what happened.
And he points at a fifth body, which is not human.
Do I recognize what it is?
Well, it's almost certainly a shooting doji.
Right.
With its head sitting on its chest, because that's where we put it.
Okay. I congratulate him and his colleagues on dealing with a shooting doji, and ask how is it permanently dead?
As far as we know, it is, yes.
Oh, good.
The trouble is that there's a fifth body there that's dressed as an Oba samurai.
Ah.
Who has the remains of who has a wound which would have been inflicted by some sort of bladed instrument in his eye.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Oba samurai. He got his life ended in the fight.
Anyway, we can deal with those in a minute. Gyomo-san, follow me.
Okay, I follow him. Oh dear. This looks bad.
Right, I said you enter the building. Your nose wrinkles, not so much at the smell, because there don't appear to be that much, but at something else, which gets at the back of your throat. You can see that Nakamura and Imagawa are manfully, as it were, trying not to cough, but they do occasionally. Gyomo, says Imagawa, would you mind examining these corpses, please, and anything else that's in here?
Okay, I will do a physician examine on the corpses first, because what killed them and how long have they been dead, and do I recognize any of them? 15 is not a. I don't think that's a physician roll for me. Let me just check. Gyomo, physician. Missed by 1. That's
I'm okay.
Right. In answer to your question, do you recognise any of them? Yes, you recognise one of the male bodies as being one of the men who was inside the infirmary when you first went there.
But,
What appears to have killed these people is a loss of blood.
right. But I seem to remember when we went back to the infirmary, the people were still there, but they were dead.
No.
No, they'd vanished.
They'd vanished, yes.
No. Right. Well, I will pass this information on. At least one of these people was one of the travellers. Was it the traveller or the local? Because there was one local and I think, was it 4 or 5 travellers in the infirmary?
I think so.
Roll a d6.
Or 1.
No good talking if you don't push the button, Tim. Was that a 1, you said?
I rolled a 1, yeah.
In that case, you recognise the blacksmith.
Okay. In that case, I will notify. I will tell Nakamura that I recognise that body as, or whichever one it was, as being the blacksmith from the village who was in the infirmary previously, suffering from anemia. But I spotted signs of a bite mark or something, whatever it was, the information. But there were also 5 travellers in the infirmary suffering from the same, who vanished, and I don't see them here, correct?
No, you don't.
So there appear to be another 5 bodies missing somewhere? Or potentially, I don't know, can they be turned into Shuten Doji?
I don't know. She looks at Seiki. Well, I've not heard of people being turned into shooting doji like that, no. They appear to breed true. However, I will go and find out who these people were, and we'll attempt to track them once we've finished here, she said.
Well, we do know that one member of the village was acting as a servant to the Shuten Doji, so possibly those 5 might have been turned into servants rather than killed. In which case, they would be doing whatever they were told to do, I imagine.
Or they're just blood banks for them, sources of food.
Well, if the Shuten Doji is dead, and 5 blood bank people are missing, either there's another Shuten Doji who's taken them away somewhere, or they're somewhere around here as another set of 5 dead bodies, or they've been turned into servants and sent out somewhere, or something else. I do not know, and sadly, I'm not an expert in Japanese classics.
No, that's all right. So second, I shall go and arrange with the local constables, the few that are left anyway, to carry out a search of the village itself and see if we can find them. So with that, she rushes.
Okay. One thing I did notice is there appears to be some sort of symbol on them.
Yes, there is.
In that case, I will suggest to Hatsu that we both try and determine whether there is some sort of magic involved. Because
by all means, yes. Let us include Tetsu in that as well, she says.
Okay.
And Tetsu goes, "Oh, I'm not sure about that."
No, I'll help if needed.
Okay. In that case, I suggest you make your detect magic rolls.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to have to go in here. 26.
Okay, so
My detect magic is... magic detection 11.
and I'm going to
Hey.
have to go into trance.
Made it by 1 for me.
I will attempt to go into trance. And succeed. That sets me back 8.
Oh yeah,
I
I've got it.
believe.
That, do I use up power for doing that detect magic and doing the one that it did before, the astral sense? Yeah, the astral sense is 1 per turn, and that one there is
Well,
0.
you only took 1 turn, I think.
Yeah, and that one's 0. Okay.
So that set me back 8 to get into trance. Ouch.
Okay, it takes Hatsu a couple of attempts to get into trance.
And then I have to go Hatha Yoga, which is also 9. First attempt fails. Second attempt succeeds. Okay. So Hatha Yoga effectively does magic detection and magic analysis immediately and in full. So if there is any magic, then I would find it.
I've got success
And I
on
would
magic
set, I
detection
would
as
set
well.
myself. I would set myself there to do it, because effectively I have a range of 10.
Right, detecting magic doesn't cost you anything, but to analyse it, it costs you 1 per turn.
Hang on a second.
Do I need to roll again? Because I
So-
just did detect magic last one, and then do magic analysis.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've got to roll again for magic analysis.
It took me
Hey.
9 detailed turns to get into my trance, and then 2 detailed turns to get my Hatha Yoga working. So effectively we're up to 11 detailed turns. Dum, 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 dum.
So I do magic analysis. I rolled a 3. And that cost me 1 point of power, right?
Right, all of you are agreed that there's actually no active magic on the corpses, although there is potential for it.
Mm.
It's not of a school you recognise, so it's very difficult to know what it might do. However, in the box that's just behind you is a source of magic, which is School of Soil.
In one of the boxes. That's Hatsu's school, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I'm maybe going to make Hatsu aware of that.
The box. I've just moved the box that's got the magic emanating from it.
So I will make Hatsu aware that the magic emanating from this box is from her school that she studies, the School of Soil, if she wants to maybe investigate it.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately, it's not a spell I recognise. Gyomo also spots this.
Right, I can't remember what the equivalence is between the yogas and the schools. Where is it?
My school's metal, isn't it? Don't know what it says.
Yes.
School of
Soil is equivalent to
Raja
Raja Yoga. Yeah, Raja
Yes.
Yoga.
So, yeah, okay. So it is unfamiliar to me. Hatha Yoga corresponds to School of Wood. As a matter of interest, are there any other sources of magic within the area? I have a horrible feeling Nakamura or
What's your range?
10. That's why I positioned myself there.
Yes, there is. But it's not in the same building that you're in.
Okay. Can I get the direction to it?
Well, assuming it's not being moved, then yeah.
Okay. And what school do I get any Is it that?
Oh, the weapon rack.
It's something close to the weapon rack.
Okay. And any information on what the magic is?
I think there's a cane dough and at least one other school of involved in it. I'll have to check.
Okay. Well, once I got what information I can, I will emerge from the trance and speak to Nakamura-san to explain what I've found. That there is something in the box, whichever box it is, that appears to be School of Soil.
It's the one that I moved into the centre of the room, the one that was sitting by itself.
That one. Okay. There is something of the magic of School of Wood in there. There is no active magic on these bodies, but there is potential. At a guess, I'm not an expert in School of Wood, but it might be something to get them up and walking and doing the shoot and doji's will. There is also a source of magic in that area, just inside the door in the other building. I haven't the faintest idea what's there, because of course I've not been in there, but describe what the source of magic is and what I think it is. And I will suggest that we ask the other priests to see whether any of them are skilled in the School of Raja Yoga, as they might have some idea as to what the School of Wood enchantment might be.
Okay, in that case, you'll send Jotaro, and he comes back with the other three priests who look a little less than happy, but when they see what's going on, they look around and roll a luck roll, sir.
Okie doke. 3d6 coming up. No, 1 under.
You're unlucky. None of us actually know Raja Yoga.
Oh dear.
Roll again. Well, see, Raja Yoga is the top yoga, and it tends to be the one you learn last.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Roll 3d6 again. No, no luck or under.
Right, the senior man says, Well, I don't know exactly what these runes are, but I have heard Ober Ilo speak about them as being some form of Korean death magic, he says.
Oh dear. There was a
Korean death
Korean
magic.
spell book in the trunk we found recently, but it was put back in there and sent off to the shrine of was it Amaterasu? I can't remember who we sent it to.
Yes, it was.
I believe that Hatsu attempted to read the book to see if there was anything he could make of it, but sadly no. And I will go and investigate what's just inside the door. Oh, I will also... Have I been told about the poison?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, basically, you know what Morikawa looks like, and at the moment he looks like he's at death's door.
Okay, well...
Basically, he's lost 12 points of health.
Right. So, has the poison actually run its course?
Yes, it has, because otherwise he'd be dead. Possibly.
Because I will bow politely to Morikawa and advise him that I hope that I will be able to heal his losses to his health, but others amongst my compatriots may be better at it than I am. But I will mention that if there was a trap on the door of this building, there may well be a trap on that chest with the sword or school of wood stuff in it. Just a thought. Suggest it's opened out in the open.
Very carefully.
Careful moving it. And then I will go and have a look in the other room and see if I can figure out what it was that I was detecting.
Okay, I'll volunteer to take the box outside.
Have they cleared all the dead bodies out of here?
Yes. Yeah, there's obvious signs of a fight.
Yeah, fine. How many more dead bodies have been added to the heap?
None, no new ones other than the ones you've just found.
Right. So there's the 5 outside, including the shooting doji?
Including the shooting doji, there are 6.
Right. And another 5, 8, 11, so that's another 17. I inquire about was it Nakamura who is the shoot and doji expert?
No, that was the Budoka Seika, who's not actually with you at the moment.
Okay, in that case, but Nakamura is with Seika or not?
Not that you're aware of. No, Seika came by herself. Nakamura came back from the Daibakimono with Imagawa and Ashikata's body.
Right. In that case, I will inquire from Nakamura as to whether she is aware whether Shuten Doji need to have a Sagaki rite said over them to prevent them coming back as ghosts.
Or just coming back as a shooting doji again.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
need to learn some Japanese
it could be the case. I don't know exactly how a Japanese vampire works. But there's certain vampires, you have to kill them a certain way or they do just come back, right?
I don't know, she says. You'll have to ask Seika, that sort of thing.
Okay, well, any idea where Seika is?
Well, she's talking to the local samurai, or his representatives, because of course you've suggested that there are 5 more thralls who are unaccounted for, possibly.
Well, that we know of. There's certainly
Oh,
five.
yes.
There's 5 bodies missing. There may be more.
Indeed.
Okay. What's just inside the door of the other building?
That's a weapon rack with the aforementioned weapons in it.
With the that's the one the magic was emanating from.
Okay. I will ask Katsu if she wouldn't mind coming to check and see which of the items, or indeed the rack itself, are magic. Because I know what I saw emanating from there, which you will tell us eventually. And I think it's a lot easier for Hatsu to do magic analysis, magic detection, than for me.
Yeah, I can try. I might as well while I'm here.
If you weren't trying,
Oh, that's not me.
Tetsu?
Yeah, I'll try magic detect. What's it? Magic analysis. I want to roll, isn't it? They were both 11 anyway.
You need to do magic detection first.
Okay. Nope. Nope. Third time lucky.
Right, after several tries, it will work.
And
Okay? It doesn't cost you any power, so the fact you have to take several attempts isn't a problem.
And then
Although
magic
it does
analysis.
take several minutes at a time.
Oh, see that one I've missed by 1 because my number's 11, so I'll need to do again, and that did cost me a point of power, right? 2. So I'm still trying. I'm tuning in. 3. I'm still failing. That's 3 tries failed in the magic analysis.
Hatsu looks and goes, I'm going to stop trying, she says. There's some sort of magic in here, or spirit or something that's inhibiting my magics again.
I'm going to take one more try. Hey, so that's 4 points spent.
Okay. The Naginata that stood up in the corner is indeed magical.
The one that's on the list?
Yeah.
The Naginata is magical, okay. What kind of nature of magic can I tell?
Well, I know what nature of magic it is, and how many different types of magic is it? Because each one would cost me 1 point of power for the magic analysis, from what you said. I mean, I don't need to know what they are, you can tell us later, but it's just how many different types of magic.
At least 4. There's a Kendo, a Hayashido, probably a Sushido, and Mitsudo, I would think. Right, and under your magical analysis, you notice that although the blade of the Naginata is covered in a hood, okay, most of the magic is actually on the blade, not on the pole arm.
Right. So the blade itself is the main magic.
Yeah, I'll have to go away and look up how you actually make magic items, because I know each school does something slightly different.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to know?
Sorry, which schools was it in the blade?
It's everything but fire.
Okay. Water, wood, metal, and soil. Right. One nasty Naginata.
Who you calling nasty? I know. Do you want to do anything else?
Well, I am going to go try perceive truth and walk around the village to see if there is anything hidden.
Around the whole village?
Well, find where I can look and see and get the best view, and effectively go. Well, actually, no, it's dissolved truth, isn't it?
You mean dissolve illusions? You can dissolve truth if you wish.
Sorry, no, dissolve illusions. Yes. All right. I will walk around the village using dissolve illusions to see, if there is any illusory.
And how much power does that use?
1 per detailed turn, range 10. So you tell me how much it is, and I will tell you I only have 10 left. So I can only do it for 10 turns.
Right, well, in the 10 turns that you've got left, you don't manage to dissolve any illusions.
Okay. In that case, I will report what I found to Nakamura. The Naginata appears extremely powerful magically, and there do not appear to be any illusions in the village.
Ah. Right, now, when Arimata gets back, Nakamura sends her to look at this thing. And she comes back and goes, I would suggest that if we're going to move that, she says that you wrap it up in sacking before you move it. And why is that?
Does it contain a spirit that might try to make you use it, perchance? Asks Gyomo. If you were trying to say something, Tim, we didn't hear it.
That's because I'm not sending them. I'm trying to copy and paste something.
Righty-ho. There are so many things dedicated to killing and so few dedicated to preserving life.
If you go on to Roll20 and look at the note that's just appeared, there should be an addition to it.
Okie doke. Note hasn't appeared, or has it appeared in the journal? Ah, right, fine.
I just got to remember I've got to share it with you twice for some reason.
Naginata's superior blood bloom. This weapon has a bad reputation. It was last seen some 18 months ago in the hands of Iatake Kiyomara, who is missing in action. He was last seen in Mibashi.
Righty-ho. I'll add that note to the loot.
That's very interesting, says Nakamura. But what does it mean? Well, if I have it correct, says Arimata, it's called blood bloom because it's our habit of killing your friends. What? Blood bloom's reputation is that if you wield it, it will kill your friends. Nakamura looks shocked.
I look shocked.
Have you any evidence of this? Not here, Sensei. Where is it then? Well, it's at home. I mean, I don't bring that sort of information with me. I don't need it. I can remember it. I see. So this is some form of evil blade. Well, I wouldn't call it evil. Unfortunate. Prone to accidents, maybe, but not necessarily evil.
I can just see this as some sort of, if you roll a fumble, its nearest friend.
We roll far too many fumbles for any of us to consider using something like that.
So what do you suggest we do with it? Well, wrap it up. And send it to Iowa, I think it is. I'll just have a quick look. Arimata says, I cower on Sado Isle. Why send it there, says Nakamura. It is the home of a great hero, should we call him. Out with a name, out with a name. He goes by the name of Minamoto Hyuga, she says. Minamoto Hyuga.
As in Hyuga province.
That can't possibly be his real name. Why not, Sensei? There is no Minamoto clan left. They were all wiped out several hundred years ago.
That's to be sent to. Nice one. Aikawa on Sado Isle.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sorry, lads, I managed to split the two tabs yet again. Anyway, Nakamura says, well, the Minamoto were wiped out several hundred years ago. Arimata says, well, I beg to. Nakamura gives her the sort of look that says, you're in trouble when we get back. And Arimata bows politely. Do not wish to offend you. Oh, you haven't offended me. I'm just offended that people think they can keep this sort of thing from me. Yes. Well, go and get Sameta to come and clear this mess up. And she looks at Nakamura, looks over at Gyomo and goes, "It would appear that we have yet more work for you, Bonds."
I bow politely and say, "It is our pleasure to serve."
I'm sure it is.
I shall return to assist the rest of the funerals that day. How many can we get through a day? Is it about an hour per rite?
Well, I've assumed it's an hour per rite, so you get through. Each of you get through about 8 or 9 a day. So there are 4 of you. So it takes you about 3 solid days to get through them all, and you're on the 3rd day now.
Okay.
So of course you've got some more bodies to...
I asked to be informed when Seika returns, or when she reappears to talk to.
Okay. I suggest one of you roll 3d6.
This is a luck roll. Oh, I'm lucky for a change. Does that mean she doesn't turn up because she's actually found the clues to the bad guys?
Keep talking, Dave. Keep talking. No. Seika returns. She has an Ashigaru whom you recognise. His name is Toshiyaki. He looks very upset, visibly upset that his boss has died, and he arranges for the Oba Samurai's body to be taken to his house, ready for preparation for his own cigar. He then looks around and goes, "Take that away and burn it," he says, pointing at the shooting doji. "Hey, say the Eta with him, and they take it away."
I before they do, I bow politely to Seika and ask whether anything needs to be done to the shooting doji's body to prevent it returning or coming back as a ghost or evil spirit or anything.
No. Burning the body with a Sagaki rite should do, she says. So basically, the corpses are all.
Then we return to our duties. I will quietly ask whether a messenger has been sent to the daimyo to notify him of the death of his vassal. He's going to get fed up with these messengers, isn't he?
Not yet. The young lad, the young Oba Samurai who's with you, he says, "Not yet, but I'm expecting a delegation from Yedo in the next few days," he says. And I would suggest that you all be on your best behaviour on that day.
I bow politely and thank him for the information, and then return to help the priests. Sorry, the other priests.
Toshiyaki stays with you and says, "Have you finished here?" And Nakamura says, "Not quite, Oba-san." And then she then shows him the mess that's inside the abattoir, as we will call it. What? Do you know what this means? Unfortunately not, no. None of us are specialised in Korean
death
magic. One of you roll a d20.
I'll get it. 18.
He just looks confused. Well, he gets the Etta in and they clear the bodies out. Even the Etta are visibly upset at the nature of these corpses, and they deal with dead bodies all the time. Right, they open the 2 crates at the top end of the house, and one of them is full of interesting implements made out of metal with the wooden handles, which look like bone saws and other medical equipment, which are in very good condition considering the rest of the house, the rest of this building is not. The other one causes some concern, as inside the box are a number of preserved internal organs for humans.
Oh. Human organs.
Sorry,
One of you
name
roll a
is not-
d20 for.
Yeah, my name is not Mary Shelley. Otherwise, I'd make a suggestion.
Yeah, I was going to ask if this...
12.
Dave's rolled a 12. I was going to ask if this shooting doji's name was Herbert West.
Frankenstein.
Herbert West.
That's the guy. That's the Reanimator. That's the Lovecraft one.
Oh, okay. No, it's not. So, what are you going to do with these preserved organs?
Well, do they appear to have come from any of these bodies?
I'm not going to be doing anything with them. Thanks very much. I'll have a hard pass.
Well,
Thanks.
I think it's adding to the Sagaki right list, isn't it?
Aye.
Indeed.
These bodies all look drained
in
of
answer,
blood.
in answer to Guillermo's questions, when the bodies are carefully examined, because you've not done that, yes, these organs come from these people.
CBC.
Okay, try and match them up.
Oh, must we?
You can just about do that.
We're doing the reverse of that
Okay.
children's game, you know, Operation, when you've got the tweezers and you've got to take the organs out. We're doing the reverse, putting them back in.
The third box there.
That's the one that you think might be trapped.
I thought that was that one. There's 4 boxes in there. There's the 2 on the north, which are the human organs and the medical equipment. There's that one, and then I thought that was the one that was trapped.
That was the one with the School of Earth, School of Mud spell magic emanating from it. Which we thought might be trapped, just because this room was, doesn't mean that that's necessarily. They were just suspicious that it might be trapped. We're going to take it outside before we opened it. I volunteered to take that outside, by the way, earlier on, so you can drag that box out, Tim.
Okay.
I left it here. Yeah.
Well, as long as the trembler switch didn't go off as you were dragging it.
Was I dragging it, or was I able to carry it? Like, how heavy was it?
About 30 pounds in.
So I was probably dragging it then. Gently.
You can get help. It's not as you have to.
Yeah, I could carry it with someone's help. I'm my Iron Fist after all.
The 4th box contains embalming fluid and ingredients to make. Did you get?
Yeah, embalming fluid and the ingredients to make it. Nice. This is a grisly scene. Proud of you, Tim.
It's meant to be a grisly scene.
Yeah, I'm proud of it. I love it.
Okay, you dug the box that you think's trapped outside, and unlike the other three, this has actually got a lock on it.
Okay, who has lock-picking abilities or lock-breaking abilities?
I don't think any of you have lock picking as a skill, but you might.
I don't think anybody's got bursting bonds or whatever the
That
spell
spell,
is.
no, I don't. I do not. Do not.
No, we're going to need a Yakuza, I think.
Hmm.
Well, how about that young lad who wandered by a bit early? What? What do you mean? Well, he could be a Yakuza. I mean, after all, I don't think he's a Bushi or a Budoka. No, didn't look. Well, stop casting aspersions on the man you don't even know.
He didn't have any
Yes,
visible.
mistress.
Didn't have any visible Irizumi, did he?
No.
No?
Well,
It was
Yakuza
all-
Irizumi aren't obvious unless they show them to you.
Yeah, they're generally like arms that stop at the wrist and stop at the top of the chest and don't go in the neck and stuff, don't they?
Yeah. Well, actually, when you see some of the modern Yakuzas, you think, wow, they're works of art.
Oh yeah.
Then you realise, oh, they're Yakuza.
With the modern tattooing techniques and and the modern equipment, they're incredible now. The Japanese bodysuits, the full bodysuit. That's one of my favourite tattoos in the world.
Well, Jotaro says, would you like me to go and fetch it? Well, you know it in, is it? Yeah, well, you can go and ask. Just be careful. You might take offence. Yes, mistress. And Jotaro. Right, what has Ite been doing after he's had his bath and wash?
Probably eat. Get some food, probably.
Eat. Yeah, and after you've eaten.
Relax, probably.
Okay. Then about middle of the afternoon, this young lad comes up to you, looks round. Excuse me, son. And he passes you a note.
Okay.
And it says, would you by any chance know how to open lock?
I'm not fully literate, by the way.
You can't read the note.
Okay. In that case, make
I'm not partially literate.
well, make a katakana roll in. It's a nice touch, Nick.
Yeah, it's good.
Interesting. I don't know. I'll say. You have to forgive my ignorance. I never very good at my letters. What does it say?
He then whispers in your ear, can you open lock?
Well, that's illegal, surely.
It might be, but not. I don't think in this instance.
Well, I think I've seen it done. Might be able to go.
Okay. If you'd like to follow me, then.
Okay.
And basically, he leads you back to the scene of carnage earlier. Only now there's a chest sitting in the middle of the courtyard, looking a little bit lost and forlorn. And Nakamura is still there, and this other Ronin. Please attempt to open this chest for us, but be careful; it might be trapped.
That was about to ask you that, man. Okay.
What was that?
I was just about to ask him if it might be trapped, but you preempted me, so.
Oh well,
Okay.
Nakamura might be a hard ass, but she's quite nice about it.
Well,
And you notice that they've all stood back a bit.
yes, I'm going to probably put some thick gloves on and put a mask on and hold my breath. We'll give it a go. Oh, me. I made it.
Yay.
By how many?
2.
Okay, it's a bit of a struggle, but eventually you do get it to hear it go click.
Mm-hmm.
No needles or anything jump out to bite you or anything like that.
I'll stand up and stand back and say, I believe it's unlocked, Hammer.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me, please.
$14. It doesn't make anything.
Oh no, that roll wasn't for you. That was for Imagawa. Imagawa steps forward and opens the box.
Mm-hmm. As soon as he does, I'll step well back.
Now we'll see whether it was trapped. Okay, there is no explosion or puff of smoke or anything like that. And he looks quite relieved. Right, in it, okay, are several suits of clothes, which look a bit strange. A dagger of unusual shape. And a ring with a black gem of some sort in it. Oh, and a bowl made out of copper.
Made out of copper, did you say?
Imagawa looks in it and goes, I wonder what this stuff's for.
The gem, do we know? Well, I'm not going to be an appraisal expert. Our man that picks locks, though, you might be able to tell if that's like valuable or precious gem.
Well, can I suggest that Tetsu and Hatsu check which of those items?
Which was one that was glowing magically.
Maybe
Yeah.
more than one school of soil.
Right, yeah. So I need to make a roll again on magic analysis or magic detection?
No, magic detection.
Okay, same number anyway, but it cost me no points this one, right? Oh, well, maybe it does. I rolled a 20 on that magic detection, Tim. What does that do? Fumble my magic detection.
Run another d20.
14.
What is your raw magic?
It's 11. The BCS is 11.
No, your raw, not without your level.
Where do I find that? Up here?
No, just one column to the left. Should be. Oh, sorry.
So just my magic BCS, raw BCS for my Kendo Metal magic school is 11. The raw BCS.
Well, if you deduct 2 for your level, then your magic BCS is going to be 9.
Okay, 9.
All right, I don't keep raw BCS and magic BCS separate for magic BCS on the sheet, Tim. Sorry.
In that case, roll another d20. This time you want as low as possible.
Okay.
Oh dear.
2.
2. That is good.
That's low.
Okay, as you attempt to detect magic, you managed to catch the backlash that was headed your way, and you managed to divert it so you don't suffer any ill effects. But you can no longer cast magic at the moment.
I'll sit down.
Drained his power for the day.
I'll sit down against the
You
wall.
have no power left.
Yeah, I'll sit down and lean against the wall.
Okay.
Well, I'd suggest all those items be put back in the box and it be strapped shut until we can deal with it. It obviously has an ill effect on Shigenja.
Right, Hatsu, who was casting them, doing the detect magic, says, "Yeah, the ring's magical," he says.
That's the ring with the black stone, correct?
Yes. It's a complex wood spell, she says.
So where is the School of Soil?
Ah, she says, that's on the dagger.
Oh dear. That was obviously masked. I don't suppose Hatsu knows School of Wood and School of Soil and might know what that spell was?
Right, there's also a fire spell on the bowl, she says.
All of these items are all magical.
And there's wood magic on the cloak.
School of Wood. Oh dear. Well, while you're looking, would you mind having a look at the pair of lenses, Hatsu? Because I am out of power for the day, and Tetsu has been affected by these items. They're obviously hostile. Oh, do I get Shigendo for my power use?
Yes, you do.
Okay. I don't think I get the 10 points for the Dissolve Illusions because there weren't any, so it's just 1.3. Okay.
Do I get any, or do I lose everything because I lost my powers?
Well, basically, you lose all your... How much power did you have?
So I would have had power. Available 47, power used 9, so I would have 38.
Oh, you can have a point, Shigenjo, for suffering a backlash, yes. Right, Hatsu says, well, there is magic on that box, but I can't tell you what it is because it's some form of divine magic, she said.
So the box itself is magic. I
Well,
apologize.
the box and the lenses all make up a magic item.
Oh, right. So it's some sort of divine magic.
There is a term for it.
Which is?
It's called a relic.
A relic?
Ah.
A relic.
Shinto or Buddhist? Do we know?
In this case, it's a Buddhist item.
Oh. In that case, I think we need to have a confab of the 4 priests to see if we can figure out what it might be.
Okay, it's a relic that allows you to perceive the truth.
Oh, so is this like a see-through illusions set of glasses? You can see through illusions and things. Then I'm getting that from it.
So does it allow someone who is not a Buddhist Gakusho to perceive truth, or does it assist or replace a Gakusho's sense?
Right, if you're a devout and pious Buddhist or a Buddhist priest in good standing, you can use the relic. Okay, you take it out the box and you put it on your eyes, and then you try and activate it using a magic roll.
Okay.
I put the description back into the note.
I will go and grab the note and copy it.
Clear lenses and polished rose quartz lenses allows perceived truth level 3, 4 charges.
He has some interesting.
Very.
Which loot thing is this? Oh, there. Right, fine. What effect? What BCS level is that?
Stuff this.
Oh, it's level 3.
It acts as a level 3 priest. I think that's what
Right.
it says, isn't it? And each time you activate it, it loses a charge. And when it's got no charges left, it becomes non-magic.
Okay.
Although, if you do know what you're doing, you could probably recharge it. Just like you can with other charged items if you know what you do. Well, says Nakamura, the bodies are being cleaned up. The Oba Samurai's been taken away. I suggest we close these places up and leave.
Will they require an exorcism or anything similar? Do you think? I ask with the superior priest. Do we need to do any rite over them?
Well, saying a Sagaki right over the area probably wouldn't hurt, he says. But that will have to wait.
Okay. Any sign of the other 5? Seika was talking to the constable.
Well, not yet. I mean, they've hardly had any time to look, so
Okay.
you won't expect them to find them today, even if they were about.
Okay.
Okay, so you will make your way back to the...
Okay. Sorry, quick question on the lenses. You need to roll a magic BCS, and the level or rank of the being causing the illusion is applied to this as a penalty. So you say it's level 3, if as a level 3 priest, but what would the BCS be?
9.
Pardon?
9.
BCS 9.
No, 9.
I'm sorry, you cut out again. You went 9.
Okay, 1 followed by a 9.
19. Jolly good, thank you.
As I was saying, you all make your way back to your inn.
Yes.
Ite is not staying in the same inn that you are. And you'll have a nice kip.
Another long day to look forward to tomorrow. I will say a prayer to the Buddhas that no more die in this area. The village has been hit too hard.
Now, on the next day, I'm going to make sure I get up nice and early to greet the dawn.
Incidentally,
Okay, in that case, Tetsu, make a health saving throw.
No. Missed it by 3.
You managed to make it. You're a bit late, and you don't feel too well. Kindly make a willpower save.
No. Wait, well, that's my good start, isn't it? Hang on. No, still no. Missed it by 3 again.
Okay, in that case, you recover half your power, not all of it.
Okay.
Gyomo can also make a willpower save.
So half of what's lost, yeah?
Oh no!
Oh, Dave.
Hold on. No, it's half of your total power.
Alright, so I just went down to 0, didn't I? So power used went down to 47. So I get half of 47 back. 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but the game doesn't like you, Dave, and or Oliver. You keep rolling 20s when you should, and make another willpower.
Yes. Obviously, I was
you only get back half your available power, your maximum power, that is. No other deleterious effects occur.
Yeah,
Right.
that could have been worse.
So I'm still only religious power 3, correct? Or is that Ite?
No, that's
Tetsu,
you.
rather. Okay, fine.
No, Tetsu doesn't have any religious power.
Okay. Right, so I'm still on 23 power.
Same.
But that also means my religious power is only 3 rather than 5.
Correct.
Because I'm still deemed in sin. I asked the Buddha to interfere in reality, and that's wrong. I will go and confess my sin to the senior priest and ask for forgiveness.
Okay, the senior priest carries out a quick ritual of purification, which works. Okay, you can make another willpower saving throw.
No.
Okay, you didn't blow up, so you're now
Okay.
back to full power because he's purified your sins for you,
Oh, gosh.
and
So-
he doesn't look. Yes.
Sorry. So do I? So I'm
You
back
now
to full
have your
religious
full-
power.
Yeah, you got your full power and your full religious power back because the priest has carried out a ritual of purification, which worked.
I thank him, and promise not to sin again.
My son, do not promise something you cannot be certain of achieving. He said.
True. Okay, I asked permission to see if I can cure some of the ills. Was it Imagawa or Morikawa who got poisoned?
It's Morikawa that's down health, yes.
Okay, I will ask permission to attempt to do some healing on Morikawa before I restart the Sagaki rites for the day.
Okay,
Right, so this is healing by yoga. Okay. So his current loss is how much in terms of health?
well,
12. Ow. So I think that's
yeah. Well,
minus
if he kept
2.
failing his health rolls, he would almost certainly be, well, quite possibly be dead.
Yes. Okay, so it's penalty to BCS equal to current loss in attribute over 10, so he's minus 2 at the moment. Okay. So my chance is only 8. Okie doke. I attempt to heal by yoga. First one failed. Second one failed. Third one failed. I apologize to Morikawa-san, as sadly it does not appear that it is possible to heal him today. I will try again tomorrow.
He looks saddened, but he has to accept it because there's nothing else he can do.
Yes, well, okay, personally I think it's, if I keep going on after the Buddha has signaled it is not wise 3 times, then I'm at risk of committing another sin. So I will stop after 3. And
You
get
might
back on.
well agree.
Yes, and then I get back onto the Sagaki rite while I still have some power left in case any of them wanting to turn into ghosts. Okay. I will ask someone to clean up my be able to clean my robes this evening, just in case the daimyo appears tomorrow.
Okie dokie. Well, it's not quite that good.
Well, in case the delegation arrives tomorrow. Whether it's the daimyo or whether it's a replacement, I don't know. But
well, it's unlikely to be the daimyo, but it could be somebody fairly senior.
yes. Okay. Any stubborn spirits today, or are they all going to their rest peacefully?
They're all going to their rest peacefully. Would Ite make a wit saving throw, please? It's going as well as for the others. Right. Around about midday, Yuko comes and speaks to Imagawa. And she says, excuse me, Imagawa-san. Yes, Yuko? Have you ordered the equipment that we brought back from the shooting doji to be moved? No. Why? Well, somebody's disturbed it, sir. What do you mean? Well, it's not quite where we left it. And he and Yuko go out, and
Been taken.
and you hear a roar of anger, and the innkeeper is summoned, and he's questioned quite harshly by Imagawa as to who has been into this room and that, and the innkeeper's looking quite scared. He says, "Well, no one that I know of, sir. You ordered the door locked, so we did. Who has a key? Well, I've got a key, and my wife's got one. Where's yours?" He shows the key. It turns out that the wife's is missing.
And
Right.
what's been taken? The box with the stuff in?
No, the flute.
Oh. Oh.
Which wasn't detecting as magic.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, the flute didn't
Oh, was
detect
it
his
not?
magic.
Oh, okay. And that's all that's missing,
Right.
the flute.
The wife is, and she appears completely nonplussed to find out that her key's been stolen. Well, that's it there, sir, in the lock. Yes, there's Imagawa, but how did it get there? I don't know, sir. Well, who has access to it? Well, me, my husband, and my daughter. Bring your daughter. So your daughter's summoned in, and turns out that she's been out at friends all day, so she's... You see. He looks at you and goes, "Go fetch our Shigenja." Certainly. You two are summoned. Check for magic, he says Imagawa. In a sort of tone that indicates that if somebody doesn't do something quite quick, violence might ensue.
I detect magic. That's a success. Any signs?
Right, the wife is under the effects of a spell from the School of Metal called Conquering Gaze.
Oh, nasty.
Yes. Right, as a member of the School of Metal, you're aware that Conquering Gaze turns the victim into the will-less slave of the Shugenja for as long as the Shugenja wants it.
So that, okay. I'll explain that to my non-Shugenja friends here.
Oh, dear, dear.
So it seems that this is the spell he uses to enthrall people, as well as his flute magic.
Okay. Unfortunately, I am not able to get rid of that spell.
Do I have a counter spell ability at all? Still just learning this. Magic resistance? No, that's self. Exorcism? No, it's not that, is it? Counter magic. Range yards 4. Cost varies. Duration 1 use. BCS varies. Counter magic. Is there a counter magic I can use? It's my school. I've got 25 knowledge in it. Oh no, that's the spell. Sorry, I've got 25 knowledge of that spell. One of the spells I'm looking at.
You are aware that at the moment you can't counter that spell because your knowledge in the school is not good enough.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I'll explain that to my non-Shugenja friends as well. It's something that if I was more powerful I would be able to counter spell because it's my school of magic, but unfortunately our Shutendoji friend seems to be more of a more powerful practitioner of the art than myself, so unfortunately I can't do anything about this.
When Seika hears it, she'll say, well, it'd be a very odd Shutendoji if he was actually a practitioner of magic, she says. Hold on. Would you, one of you, care to roll a d20?
Anybody else?
Go for it.
Okay. 40. I should inquire of Taker as to whether there is any mystical connection between a Fue and its Shutendoji, or vice versa.
She says, I've never heard of it before, she says, but that wouldn't necessarily stop it being so.
In that case, I would suggest that it would be wise to try and make sure that this Shutendoji stays where it is, in hell, or wherever it's been taken.
Agreed. Where steps can be taken, we should be taking them.
So I will suggest that if, I mean, obviously there is a Shugenja around somewhere who's involved. Possibly not the one who was involved in the other magics because there was no attempt taken made to take the other magical stuff that's there.
Right. Seika says, I've just had a nasty thought, and she then runs off. Okay, shouting, "Follow me to the jail." Which you do.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Daibakemono gone.
Let's go.
Conquering gaze on the warder, perhaps? Okay. Right to the jail. Rush, rush.
Right, you all arrive at the jail. Would Ite care to roll 3d6, please?
Thinking. I'm not sure Ite's going to the jail, to be honest.
I'm going to get your clothes dirty.
I'm well aware of that, but please roll 3d6.
Mm-hmm. Oops. Yeah, 665.
Nice.
Fortunately for you, you are not at the jail. No. Right, as you approach the jail, you realise there is something seriously wrong with it. Somebody appears to have stove in the front door.
Oh.
In or out?
Well, put it this way: the two doors are further inside the jail than they should be.
Somebody just rescued the Daibakemono.
Yeah, let's go and look, see if there's empty cells. Or dead
Right,
guards.
basically,
I've got a horrible feeling we've got more bodies to deal with.
there are a number of seriously unconscious people actually in the jail. Some of them are inside cells, as you can see, and the rest aren't. However, there is no sign of the Daibakemono or his 7 colleagues who were brought here and who are awaiting trial and execution.
They're all gone.
They have all been rescued.
Any sign of people leaving a different way from they've broke in? So that we can maybe follow them in that direction?
Make a wit saving throw.
You do that. I'm going to attend to the seriously injured people.
Yeah, you do that. No.
Okay, the seriously injured people appear to have been knocked out by some large, heavy, blunt instrument. They will have some actual injuries because the amount of damage we do is quite horrendous, but they're not actually dead, unless they're very, very.
Well, Tetsubo will normally kill rabble. That's a problem. Okay, well, I will just deal with the people and let me know if I need to try healing any of them.
Oliver, was that the 14, the one I asked you just?
Yeah, that was what you asked for, a wit saving throw.
Okay.
That's a fail for me.
I look up from my ministrations and ask, are there any of the trackers available in this seriously depleted village?
Yes, you will find somebody who can track, and basically the tracks lead away from the jail out of the village and then go to the river and get on a boat. Right. When the man in charge of the jail, who was the one sat behind the bench, comes round because he's not dead. Oh, is it gone?
Yeah.
What's gone?
The Onai, he said.
The Oni.
What? What Onai? Says. I don't know who or what he was. He was just big. He hit the door so hard it came off its hinges. And then, he laid about him, knocking us out. And you didn't fight back? Well, we tried, but we couldn't hurt him for some. I see, says Nakamura, as she goes outside, where she screams to the heavens, "You are not a scumbag, King, and I'm going to enjoy killing you when I find you." And gents, we shall stop there because it's 2 hours gone, and it's a good place to finish.
Nice.
The evil henchman is rescued to fight again.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you can all have a point of the associated Budo or Shigendo. And this includes Ite, and you can have a point of on, because I've enjoyed today, even if you...
Nice one.